Hi everybody. So today I'm going to go over my plate carrier, what it's intended for, what I use it for, just some little accessories that I got with it. And yeah, let's get started. This is a Spiritus Systems Covert. So to start on the front, I'm running it pretty slick for what it is. So this placard that they sell, obviously it clips in up on the top here, and it velcros here like normal. And what I used to do is I'd run 3 mags here and then 1 mag here along with some accessories up in this pouch right here. But what I found more comfortable is the fact that I can go in the prone without like a double stacks of mags and just be like teeter-tottering just on another set of mags. So just one row to me is just much more comfortable. And along with that, got some tape. I always like to have tape and some extra storage too on the bottom. I try to make sure I don't have any like storage here that could break or something, like nods. I wouldn't put my night vision in this pouch because when I'm running and I just go straight to the ground in the prone position, you have the chance of breaking stuff. That's why I just don't run anything crazy in there. So yeah, that's the front. People would say, well, you only have 3 mags, but there's no other mag pouch on the sides. So Spiritus Systems, they sell this other thing. I don't even know what this is called. I think it's called Wings or something. Totally forgot. But in here, you can fit 2 extra magazines. 2 here, and another 2 here. So in total, I can run 7 mags plus 1 on the weapon. So I mean, that's plenty of magazines for being on the body, not accounting for what's inside the bag if you have a 3-day assault pack or something like that. So that's what it looks like on the front. Let me show you what I have on the cummerbund. So the Spiritus Systems Covert, this is the rear part of the plate. Notice that it's completely slick. You know, nothing can get snagged on it, nothing can get dragged on it. You can't run through a forest and some branches are hanging off you or anything like that, or get stuck on stuff when you're in a vehicle. That's why I chose the Covert for the rear, because there's absolutely no chance of getting anything snagged up on here. I'll talk about these 2 little clips on the top later, but for right now on the sides, I'm running these skeletonized cummerbund right here. I lied, there's an actual mag pouch and it's an ACU camo pattern, or UCP. Pretty gross, but got 1 mag in there, so I guess 8 mags total. But I would usually run my night vision in there. You can easily just stuff it in there, no big deal. First aid kit, you got like a Benchmade. I'm running a Benchmade cutter. I don't even know how to say it medical terminology, but it's whatever. Other side, I got some admin stuff. I got like a multi-tool in here. I got a ton of other goodies, some chem lights. Yeah, we'll open it later. And a good tourniquet. Got some other tourniquets in the first aid kit here, but it's fine. So that's how I'm running the cummerbund so far. It's not really bad as what it seems to be. When you wear it for a while, you get used to it anyways. People say when you wear a lot of crap on your cummerbund, it needs to be more rigid. But for what it is, like how I'm running it now, it's completely fine. It's better, I would say. Like, I think I'd be better off with this than the other elastic cummerbund that Spiritus Systems offers, just because there's a lot of gear that you need that relates to mounting stuff, like actual pouches to your side and cummerbund. If I was to mount a saw drum pouch on both sides, I'd be able to do that just based on the modularity of Molly, pretty much. And these pouches for a saw would go from like here to like, it would cover about like 4 Molly slots, if you will. And that's a lot of space. And you can absolutely not mount 2 saw pouches on either side if you had the elastic cummerbund. But I mean, for the role I'm in now, I can probably stuff a couple of like IFAC or medical items in one side, mag on the other, and some other admin stuff. So, I mean, maybe I can get away with it, but just based on the need to be more modular, it's absolutely necessary to have skeletonized cummerbund. I almost forgot to mention, speaking in regards to being a machine gunner, like a saw gunner or something, when you have 2 drum pouches on the side, and you're usually always in the prone position or something like that, you don't need to carry magazines. Well, you could carry like a spare magazine for an emergency or something like that. But what's amazing about this plate carrier is that you can totally rip off the front part of the plate carrier, and now you can run a plate where it's slick on the front, completely slick, and you can be on the prone all day and not be having this weird pain on your chest or anything, you know? So that's what's amazing, is you can just take this off and just run everything like completely slick with nothing on the front, which is awesome. So one quick side note is I'm not running the quick release, the thing that would go here and here on the side of the plate. That's because typically I would be running this plate carrier for like hours per day and be in the field for a couple of days, if not weeks, you know? So the chance of me like needing like to like expedite and get out of a plate carrier isn't really that high. Like the difference could be like a few seconds. Plus, it doesn't make sense to have a quick release or quick on and quick off for the cummerbund, especially when you have, with it being fixed. Let's say I have like variable weather where it's raining outside or where it's super cold, so I got to wear a really thick jacket. And let's say I'm wearing like 2 or 3 layers of stuff, and you get pretty bulky after that. And if I'm wearing a cummerbund that's quick release, it's only fixed in one size. And I don't know what kind of size I'm going to be in. So I'd rather have something to where I throw this on and I Velcro on and I'll be in a different size, rather than trying to inhale as much as I can, press the plates against my body and just try to get that thing on. One of my complaints about this is on the inner side of this plate carrier is this little flap on the front. The intent of this flap is to store documents and stuff. Right now I'm threw in some 9-line medical cards and stuff like that. And the thing is, everything inside that flap has to be either laminated or put in a little Ziploc bag, or else like one full day's worth of work, all that sweat will just disintegrate any kind of paper that's not protected at all. So on top of that, one thing is when you reach your hand in here, it's really tough when you got the plate right up against your body. You only have this much of space to put your hand in, and it's really tough to put your hand in and grab a document. You're really cramming your hand into your chest area, and it's tough, especially when you're in a hurry to grab one piece of document. And on top of that, when you're putting it back, I don't really feel confident. Let's pretend this is against my body. When I have my document, I'm trying to push it in here. I'm always thinking I'm missing it and putting it just against my body. I can't tell, especially when you're wearing gloves. And with that being said, like, it feels like I'm putting my document right here, taking it out, and I'm thinking, oh, it's just gonna float between my plates and my body and fall right to the ground or something. So I'm a little iffy on that. I don't really run it 100% on all the paperwork and stuff I have in there. So there's that for you. Traditionally, I always ran a Camelback on my plate carriers. And my biggest gripe with Camelbacks is you throw this carrier on And then you throw the Camelback on top of that, and you have this huge bulge right here. And it would come out, depending on the size of the water or the bag, it'd come out to like maybe like 3 inches. And it doesn't seem like much, but let's say you had that Camelback on, and then on top of that, you threw it on like a 3-day assault pack or a backpack in general, and you start walking around with that, and the backpack's sticking out like crazy. So I was looking around the market for something that held the same amount of water, if not less or more, and something that would not have any of this crap, like it keeps the back slick and everything. And I came across Qore Performance, and it's like a plate or a water bottle in the shape of a plate, and it carries 1.5 liters of water, and you can fill it with cold water, hot water, or whatever, depending on the circumstances. And you can just clip it right onto your plate carrier. I mean, it's super easy to come off. Like 2 clips here, and there's like a quick detach part for the water bottle, for the hose, and just like that. And it's pretty crazy for what it is. I mean, you could totally fill it up and throw it back in like as fast as you saw me take it off. But my main concern was when I got this was the nozzle here, or the cap here. It's completely hard. It doesn't flex or anything, and it looks like it's kind of fragile, you know? Something that you may not trust in the field, but I mean, I took this out for a few days, and we did a couple reps of bounding and everything. And with it being, what I noticed on this, when it's on the plate, let's see, when it's on the plate carrier on the back, the nozzle's on my left side. And when I go out to the prone, you know, I fall first on my right side. So, I mean, I guess that's fairly protected, but I've never had an issue with this thing snapping off or anything. What's awesome, when you're routing stuff through, I have the tube that connects to this water bottle. I'll just call it a water bottle, but what connects to it, you can literally weave it through the entire plate carrier without any exposure through the strap, and have it come right out to your shoulder or your front plate carrier. Right now I have the mouthpiece inside the side. I'm not using this for any mags right now, but for what it is, it's pretty slick. You're not catching anything on branches or anything or nothing. I mean, it's pretty nice. People would ask, well, why run this instead of the gear you're issued? And I say, well, I'd rather just be comfortable. I'd rather be more mission capable after a few hours in a day, have more mobility, more arm movement, not be all bulky and everything, having all this crap sticking out of you, and come back from the field and not have a broken down body pretty much. And another thing is to have a plate carrier that you can configure to almost any kind of mission, which is awesome. I can take off gear I don't need, put on gear that I do need, and just run whatever I need to do. All right, in conclusion, this is my plate carrier. If you have any questions, totally leave a comment, and thanks for watching.